Okay, thank you very much for your attention for the presentation, a quick presentation just now. And now we are going for the first agenda for the day. All right. So the first topic is gonna be brought by our Chief Marketing Officer. All right. So he's going to share a little bit about this overview about this wellness industry in 2020. So I would like to check if is Mr. Roy here.
Yes, I'm here.
All right, so I'll pass the floor to you. Okay, I believe you have done a lot of research to bring us this awesome quick topic to us. So I'll pass the floor to you, Roy.
Hello, thank you, Surin. Thank you. And nice to see you all again on the Zoom webinar. And also at the same time, we have new friends on our MCM Facebook that we are actually doing this webinar concurrently so that our members and also those who are new to us can actually listen to what we are talking about today. So the topic today is wellness industry in 2020, which of course, this is a bit awkward that when we are actually ending our year of 2020, and now we are actually talking about the wellness industry in the 2020. But I think this today is a really very meaningful day that everyone have to look into, because we have already go through the MCO and the pandemic eras for more than half a year already. So today is a 267th day after the MCO. So I'm sure that everyone is already used to it. So I will not actually touch more on the MCO and the pandemic things, because everyone actually knows what's happening right now. But today I would like to actually share with you a little bit on some of the research and also some of the psychology change in the market right now, and how the people perceive for the 2021. So it let us have a better understanding of what's happening in 2020, and we can get ourselves prepared in terms of our business, in terms of our investment for 2021. Of course, actually yesterday we have one which we call it as a good news, is because of Pfizer, the vaccine itself already validated their efficacy, that they can reach up to 95%, and the Sinopharm can have efficacies of more than 89%. So all these good news actually keep on coming in, although there is still a lot of the setbacks and a lot of the things that we still hope that we can actually solve. But at least there's a good news that coming in, that we foresee that the whole market will be much better next year compared to this year, because this year we see that a lot of the things we can't do, and even the restriction MCO, we still cannot actually cross the border easily. So there's a lot of the things we can't do, especially in terms of our business. But also one of the good news is that this afternoon, 5 o'clock, our defense minister, Dr. Sri Muhammad Sabri, also actually give a hint. Actually, it's a hint, not confirmed yet, but it is trying to say that after December, we will actually have more relaxed restriction after 2020. Hopefully, because we have this relaxing policy, that things can get better in terms of development, in terms of economy. But of course, we also depends on the readiness of the vaccine that coming in. All right, so let us start our topics today. Of course, we already go through everything very thoroughly. We know that what is already right and what fell during this year 2020. But now we are actually going to see what is actually so different 1 year before and 1 year later after the pandemic. For those members, the GIC members, if you remember that our first webinar after the MCO, the topic itself is actually we are talking about the change of the business model, the transformation. If you still remember, during that time, we are actually the very first few to actually keep on talking about the transformation, keep on talking about the digitalization, and we invited some of the market players to talk about those the sentimental sentiments of the market, and how actually the market will change based on the 2003 SARS. I'm sure some of you will still remember this. And then we do some comparison, like during that time, the Alibaba they actually rise because of this. So now after half a year, at the end of the 2020, so what else that we can look forward? Because we know that everyone works from home, everyone actually taps into the technology to do their things and to do their business. But now we are actually looking into some other area that we might actually want to see whether we can benefit from it or we can tap into the opportunities as well. And what is the things that we try to avoid. But before we start, I just need to I have two slides to actually share what is happening, the latest news. That the first one is actually the relationship between the chronic disease and the COVID-19 and what actually it does it means to us. Especially in Malaysia, we have the second largest in terms of the population of the obesity in the world. And this is one of the very crucial things that we need to actually curb with. And the study shows that actually the chronic disease have a direct relationship with the COVID-19. So if you know that that is a sequence in between these the relationship between these two things, the chronic disease and the COVID-19, actually the main thing that we would like to do is to solve it. So you see that the government actually, even the budget 2021 that just recently released last month, actually they will also put some of quite a numbers of resources to help the frontliners. But at the same time, they also encourage people to start to do their own health check, their wellness test and the blood test, and then they give an incentive, the tax relief incentive. So you see that the government policy actually will emphasize a lot on this area to help our people, the Malaysian, to actually go forward to actually take care of they themselves. Just like Dato Sri Sabri this afternoon says that don't just rely on the government to do the things for you. Government, the people, they themselves, means the Malaysian, have to actually take care of ourselves. Kita jaga kita. So all this actually, when you see that in the future of 2021, we'll see that this will become more and more significant. Like the first half, which is this year 2020, we'll see a lot of people transforming in terms of business. But the second half, we believe that the opportunities actually is still there, and a lot of things that actually they start change gradually. They are not like the digital transformation. A lot of companies just overnight they can actually transform to become the digital company. But lots of the different businesses, they actually take some time to transform, and also the direction that actually they are going forward, which later I will cover more on this due to the time constraints, so I will move it faster. Of course, another area is how the people spend. One of the area is a grocery. I would not want to touch much on this, but I'm actually trying to say is that how the people actually spending is also very crucial for us to actually design for the next to the looking forward to the 2021. So the beauty and the wellness industry, one of the area that many might not actually really realize is that before MCO, the digitalization is only 21% out of the whole business ecosystems. But during the MCO until now, up to date, actually the increase of the transformation is more than 11%. This is one of the largest transformation in the history that one industry, they switch their direction in a very big scale. So thanks but no thanks to the change of the environment, the sentimental, people actually will buy the things online, and people will buy the seafood online, which previously there's no such thing. A lot of people not used to actually buy online. So this is one of the things that we would like to look into. And the suspension of an in-person service and the physical stores operation may begin in digitalize their business strategies. But please bear in mind, this is talking about those physical store that they can actually move online. But now let us think of another side of the story. All right. we see that some of the businesses you can actually do it digitally as actually no issues at all. But actually you will see that some of the service is impossible for you to switch to the to digital version. For example, like the hotel industry, you can actually move your hotel, your bed to online so people can sleep online. Can't. So they still need the physical appearance. So similar things goes to the some of the health industry, that the brick and mortar still have to be there, the outlets still have to be there, the physical appearance still have to be there. So in China, actually this happens, what happened is they're actually combining the offline and online seamlessly, and the offline business actually doing even better compared to the previously when there's no digitalization. So this is one of the area we would like to look into. And of course, we are fortunate that, later the speakers, Miss Cynthia Tong, she actually did a lot of this kind of the area that later she will share with you on what she did for the previous thing. So okay, I would like to just use two different points to actually to let you understand what I'm trying to say. The first thing is the daily needs, which we actually digitalize it. For example, today you buy the Milo, you buy the whatever things. The previously you go to Tesco, but those daily needs that you can do it online, most of the people now tends to actually go online to do it, because there are a lot of advantages. First is, of course, the discounts they offer online, because they don't have a brick and mortar store, they can have a cheaper in terms of a price they offer. But actually, at the same time, you also enjoy the comparison of the price between the different shops. It make you easier. Like today there is a big offer from the Tesco, from the Giants, and from the Pakistan. But how do you know that the item you want to buy actually is the cheapest among the three? You can't actually. But online, you can actually do this, because with a click of the online of a marketplace, you just browse it. You can actually get whatever things you want. So it's very easy for you to get digitalized. But certain things that you still have to be personalized. For example, like just now we mentioned that of course one is a hotel, like the confinement center, you can not actually do it online as well. So you have to do it offline. Okay, so there's a lot of news actually talking about this. But all this actually, when you summarize it, actually I help everyone of you, the audience on the Facebook. We have quite a numbers of you on the Facebook, and also our member, GIC member. I summarize it into a different strength of the opportunities. What I'm trying to say is, if 10 years ago, maybe even 1 year ago, when you talk to the people will say that when you do the business, you always look at the supply and the demand. So you want to do something that actually have the low supply but high demand. So this is commonly everyone will look at. But actually, if you think in depth, actually everyone is doing this. If I say there is a supply, everyone will actually go forward. So the second stage that we want to go, second phase we want to go, is a special opportunities, is something that happened that you actually want to embrace it, or maybe you want to catch the opportunity, you don't want to miss it. So that is a special opportunity to make a lot of people earn their first bucket of gold. But also there is one limitation, is the opportunity won't be that long, because the opportunity maybe is for this year only, but the next year this opportunity no longer is the opportunity for 2021. So we will need to see that the trend is opportunity as well, but it cater for a longer period. For example, maybe 3 years down the road, 5 years down the road, you will see that actually that is a difference. That's a thing that it will be ongoing. But the last thing which we always want to look at is the policy, is a government policy, how the government actually takes the thing, and how much incentive and effort the government want to put into it, so that the things, the whole policy they want to push through, whether it will be realized or not. Just give you one very simple example. I think my time is running out. The simple example is like during 2000, the year 2010, the policy, easing policy of the real estate. Actually, the government roll out the policy. You will see that the house price actually everything is goes up. So we also have to tap into the policy so that we can actually take the advantage of all these kind of things. Okay, so, the last on not least, I just want to try to summarize the three things that might be worthwhile for you to actually ponder about or maybe look into these opportunities. The first one is the access, the change of the access to the business. For example, right now, when you want to access to the business, you need to scan, you need to have to use the sanitizer, you wash your hand, you have to scan it, and you want to access to a certain of an item, you go digitalization. So that's the first thing is the access. The change of access actually will make the changes of the behavior of the consumer. The second thing, the space. So a lot of the people nowadays, they have a concern of whether it's a crowded area or not, and we foresee that this phobia is not so-called phobia because they are trying to avoid so, but because people used to the feeling that they don't want to squeeze into the certain space, so they might in the future they will start to look for those services, the very personalized services that actually offer a special like a very cozy place, a very spacious place just for that service. For example, the saloon, some of the saloon that actually have the pre-book session for you to actually go over, and then they give you the service just only for you, and then you actually have no issue of facing some other people at the same time. So this is spatial. So they limit the numbers of people into that facility. So in short, but the third one is also the delivery of service. So how they deliver the things to the people, not only the products, but also the services, or maybe some people actually use the vouchers. So you see that you will foresee that 2021, a lot of people will start to use the telemarketing and maybe social medias and membership style to actually promote their services. So once you become the membership, you can enjoy a wide range of benefits, but at the same time, you still can actually enjoy the service you want previously. It's no difference from 10 years ago or maybe even 1 year ago. And also the delivery of the feeling or the experience, because a lot of people at home, they have a mental stress, and they actually have a more concern of the well-being. But with this delivery of the feeling or experience, like for example certain packages, you can actually do a spa at home. This will actually make you feel distressed. So this is one of the area they would like to look into. So that's all for my sharing, because I have over a little bit of my time.